Good morning all. Myself Priya, Assistant Professor from Architecture Department, Vedavyasa College of Architecture. Through this talk, I am trying to generate a discussion about how a development can turn into disruption at an urban scale. In the current scenario, half of the global population already lives in the cities, and by 2050, two-thirds of world's people are expected to live in urban areas. Urbanization is attractive to many rural citizens for the many opportunity it creates in bettering their quality of life. However, many elements of urbanization can turn as disruption to the city and its citizens if it is not planned carefully. Today, I am going to discuss about how a development could have a positive as well as negative impact on its host society. It is always better to explain with an example. So here I am going to discuss about area Whitefield of Bangalore. Talking about the site Bangalore, it is relatively flat without any intrinsic geographical boundaries. This has resulted in an unrestrained sprawl as a consequence of the population explosion of the past 3 decades. The urban core has already engulfed Yelahanka, Yeshwantpur and other satellite towns. While looking at the timeline of Bangalore, we could see the emergence of IT hubs during 1990s. Here you can see the evolution map of Bangalore. Initially, the IT hubs was established at the city center. Then the problems started coming up regarding the traffic, parking and availability of land. Due to the scarcity of large floor spaces and infrastructure, which is very important for the functioning, the IT offices moved toward the suburb area like Electronic City and Whitefield. Next, we will zoom down to Whitefield area. Until the late 1990s, Whitefield was a small village settlement and the residents were primarily engaged in agricultural activities. The setting up of IT hub like EPIB and ITPB had a major impact on the region. After the establishment of IT hub, the area developed in a glimpse of time from 1990 to 2020. The IT hub has transformed the silent catchment of Whitefield to a buzzing and crowded peripheral business district of Bangalore. So, what was the major impact caused by these IT hubs on Whitefield area? Whitefield appeared to have been largely forgotten by time. As the IT hub started growing, it put immense pressure for the commercial development and road widening, especially on the heritage area. To cater the need of residential area for the IT workers, high-rise apartments started coming up on the Anglo-Indian settlement without respecting the existing morphological character. In the elevation shown, you can see the high-rise apartment along the beautiful residential area with Anglo-Indian settlement. The IT hubs own large parcels of land and do not provide any road connection to the common people to move around. This has resulted in large campuses with fewer roads. As a result, people have to travel more distance and this resulted in less walking and more vehicles. This increased the number of vehicles, also caused congestion, traffic problems and pollution. The major area of Whitefield is occupied by the IT industries with fewer roads, which resulted in a disconnected and dispersed settlements. The IT hubs brought along the tech park typology of highly gated enclaves with a lack of any sort of street or everyday life, which has resulted in a highly fragmented city, affecting both the physical and social fabric of the city. The urban duality existed where the gated communities and the villa typology are promoting services and recreational facilities only within the complex, and the rest of the common residential area does not even have enough basic infrastructure. And majority of the ecological precincts are almost engulfed by the IT hub and is treated as a backyard, completely disconnected from the rest of the residential fabric. And these lakes are at the degrading condition too. Establishment of IT hub has increased the land value and thus poor people are not able to afford the living condition and it resulted in the formation of slums. The physical manifestation of information technology can be seen in the cropping up of IT parks across the world which promote exclusionist tendencies. Thus, it has become necessary to envision a long-term transformation for the area and in the process give a more structured mode of development for the future. Successful development always integrate with a context as opposed to standing alone. How society functions around the site is equally as important as how they do within it. The Urban Design Protocol identifies essential design qualities that create quality urban design. So the first quality that should be looked upon is context. Quality urban design sees building, places, and spaces not as isolated element but as part of the whole town or city. It also recognizes that towns and cities are part of constantly evolving relationship between people, land, culture, and the wider environment. So a quality urban design takes a long-term view, examines each project in relation to its settings, and ensures that each development fits in and enhances its surrounding. Understand the social, cultural, and economical context as well as physical elements and relationships. Celebrates cultural identity and recognizes the heritage value of a place. The second quality is character. It ensures new buildings and spaces are unique and appropriate to their location and complement their historical identity, adding value to our towns and cities by increasing tourism, investment, and community pride. So, a quality urban design reflects the unique identity of each town and city and neighborhood and strengthens the positive characteristics that make each place distinctive. Protects and manages our heritage, including buildings, places, and landscapes. The next quality is choice. Quality urban design fosters diversity and offers people choice in urban form of our town and cities and choice in densities, building types, transported options, and activities. So, a quality urban design ensure urban environment provide opportunity for all, especially the disadvantaged. Ensure public spaces are accessible by everybody. So, the last quality is connection. Good connection enhance choice, support social cohesion, make places lively and safe, and facilitate contact among people. So, a quality urban design creates safe, attractive, and secure pathways and links between centers, landmarks, and neighborhood. So these are the qualities that should be looked upon to integrate the development to the host society. So that's all about the topic urban disruption, and I hope this example will help students to choose their urban design proposals and their thesis wisely. Hereby I am concluding my talk. Have a great day. Thank you.